Indian-born author was attacked when a man stormed the stage at Chautauqua Institution, where he was due to deliver a lecture. The Booker Prize-winning novelist spent a decade in hiding after Iran's revolutionary leader Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini called for his death over his 1988 book, The Satanic Verses. Although the Iranian government has since distanced itself from the edict demanding his death, there are other groups that are continuing to call for Rushdie's assassination.
A male human came and attacked Salman Rushdie. I thought that he was stabbed about 6 to 8 times before they were able to grab a hold of the perpetrator. And then I was pretty much frozen in my steps and took quite a few minutes to even just get myself to a seat to sit down, because it was just, nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew how to react. I mean, there were tons of people that rushed the stage.
Here's an individual who has spent decades speaking truth to power, someone who's been out there unafraid, despite the threats that have followed him his entire adult life, it seems. And it happened at a site that is a place that's very familiar to me, a very tranquil rural community known as Chautauqua Institution, where the most preeminent speakers and thought leaders and politicians and justices and everyone come together to have the free expression of thought. So this is a place ideally suited for him to be able to speak, and that's what he was attempting to do just in the last hour before he was attacked.
Kristen Salumi joins us live from New York, and Salman Rushdie confirmed to be in surgery. What else is known about his condition right now?
Not a lot's known. This just happened some 4 hours ago, and after the man rushed him on stage, law enforcement was able to subdue the assailant and treat Salman Rushdie. We know he was stabbed in the neck, and we have confirmed, talking to his literary agent, that he was, after being airlifted by helicopter to a hospital, taken into surgery. That's all we know about his condition at this time. Of course, he is 75 years of age, and witnesses described seeing blood, what appeared to be blood, on the stage after the attack happened, leaving many people there in shock. As we just heard from the governor of New York, the setting where he was a very bucolic rural setting where people come to hear lectures and talk about the world's problems, but certainly don't expect to see them play out right in front of them on stage.
Kristen, tell us more about his background, why he has been controversial.
Well, he was forced into hiding in 1989 after the Ayatollah Khomeini called for his death, issued a decree to that extent. There had already been protests around the world in many countries where the book was banned because it was considered blasphemous. And in recent years, he'd become more visible once again, appearing in Western television shows, doing interviews, going to conferences. He was knighted in the UK, and Boris Johnson, in fact, is one of the leaders who've come out and decried the incident that's happened, saying it's appalling and that, he was exercising free speech, something that Boris Johnson said should not have to be defended at this stage. So clearly in the West, that part of his past seemed in the distance. He seemed to be moving freely about, but clearly he remained a controversial figure in much of the world because of his writings over the years. Some 14 novels, many critically acclaimed, prize-winning books, but a controversial person and writer nonetheless.
Thanks very much for the latest from New York on that, Kristen Salumi.